tonight I'll be making some simple apple pies. If you've seen my other pie videos or whatnot, you'll have a little bit of idea. But anyways, this time we're going to start with a pot and get a cup of water in it right away. Okay, we'll put that on the stove. Alright, a cup. Water. Alright, now it doesn't have to be really perfect. This is all, again, kind of like the strawberry pie I made. My simple strawberry pie. You're just going to want to roughly make sure you have enough water to make sure to submerge what we're about to do here. So the size of your pot will kind of determine. But anyways, you can get that going to a max right away. We want to get this boiling. Now you're going to want to grab your apples. Roughly about a pound per pie. Right. I'm just going to pull that out there. And I know that, because this is roughly the little bags that I get, but roughly about, this is about so we're just going to whip back over here real quick, I guess. I'm going to throw these in here. And I'm just going to give them a little wash. Okay. And last one. Hey, come on. Holy moly, dropping them all here. Alright. Okay, grab yourself a little paring knife. Alright, so grab yourself a little paring knife. We'll just whip these apples over to here real quick again. Ooh, not too shabby. Alright. Okay, and these. Now what we're going to do here is you want to take off small slices of peel here. Don't get too big. So just look, little pieces like that usually are about right. So just little slips like that. Like you could try to peel the whole apple. The problem is it'll end up taking longer and you won't be getting as much of what you want in such a short amount of time. Just a little bit more work here by doing it little piece by little piece. Alright. So we just want all this skin off. That's why we washed it. Alright, also to tell you, there's a lot of vitamins, many vitamins found in the skin peel. In fact, so you'll see we're going to be keeping our peel to help with the sauce and to make a flavor and color. It's going to add a lot of. Also, when you cut, usually when you cut smaller, you're not trying to cut all big pieces all the way around. You get a lot less meat on every piece of your skin. Oh, did you see that little skin fly? All right. All right. And you can already see the pot. Now these are, I believe, Red Delicious, these apples are. These apples here, I should show you the characteristics just to people that don't know their apples. This apple here, when you notice them, they have little bumps. See these little bumps on the bottom of the apple. Oh, this one even shows it a lot better here, I guess. Okay, you can see these bumps. That's the bottom of the apple. Okay, I'll hold an apple like this. See, the top would be here with the little stem. Anyways, the bumps are on the bottom. That's how you can usually characterize these, also with their nice red delicious colors. Anyways, these are a much sweeter apple than maybe if you get like an Empire, which is what I'd say about a medium sweetness apple. definitely a good apple to cook with, but it breaks down a lot more. The Red Delicious, I find they don't break down as much. When you're trying to cook them, you're going to keep nicer, I guess to say, apple-like features, which is kind of what you want with this pie. Also, again, this is a sweeter apple, so it's not going to require as much sugar compared to if you were to use it like a Granny Smith apple. Those slices are getting a little big. I just did there. I could see I took off a little more meat by doing that. All right. Now, almost done here. See, you don't want to cut the peels like that because the layer in here a lot different. So you always want to break up, and that's what helps with having the little bits here. Okay, now I got this is boiling real good here. I'm going to drop it down to a medium. All right. Now I guess you can I can maybe show you here that you know, these have let's see, yeah, you can see right here, see the color, the leaching that that the skin can do can actually cause some color itself. Like this here is not no skin here, that little bit of pink right there, you can see I moved it over a bit. So this is essentially the colors we're going after that are going to help in our apple. Also, it's going to add a load of flavor. You're going to make a lot more apple flavor from the juice itself here that we're going to make to add to our apple pies. All right. Oh, dropped a little piece there. Alright. Okay, so now to tell you too, when you let your apples sit for a little while, they start to go brown a little bit, just like a banana or whatnot. As they turn brown and the oxidization is happening to the outer, that's what's basically causing it to turn brown. The apples are actually getting sweeter on top of that. So the more surface area you're going to give to your apple skins, okay, the more sweetness you can get out of your apples without even having to add sugar. So okay, anyways, here, because I know the amount here, my water is just over all my peels perfectly. And I'm just going to leave this. I can even turn it down a little lower right now. Actually, I'm going to leave it on medium just for now. I will probably lower it a little more. Alright, so we're going to let these run. Now what we're going to want to get is a little container so we can do all our potato slices up ready. And at the same time, I'm going to grab myself a bowl for my flour. So anyways, have your apple up the middle the best you can. Try not to put your halves maybe in there. I cut an apple. I usually just put a little notch here at the bottom, and again a little one at the top, and then you just want to grab to get your heart. I usually just do a little turn to make sure you don't get none of the bad, and then leave your whole apple and make your slices like that. So you got your whole apple turned into this. Now I'll show you a slice. Slices, I guess to say, you don't really want much thicker than that. That's a fairly thick slice for what we're doing. Again, I'm just going to put a little notch right there and there. Another one up here. And then just turn it around in the heart here. And a little bit of skin I can add there. Alright. So again, this will make you 2 large pies, thick-wise, or you can go with smaller pies and get more of them if you want. It's just how your preference, I guess, of thickness. I'm more of a than thick, slightly on the, not too thick side for myself. Those are my personal taste. All right. All right. Like that. Something I don't know if people know, you can eat an apple entirely. Everything about the apple you can eat, even all these parts and everything like that. The thing is, they'll add some bitterness to your food, as well as, it's such a minute amount that it won't kill you, but people don't know that apple seeds contain cyanide. Well, I guess most deadliest compound known to man, but there's such a small amount in an apple seed. I don't know what the numbers are, but you'd be talking in ridiculous amounts to be able to kill yourself. You'd never be able to consume it. All right, there. And a little notch there, a little notch there, a little notch here, a little notch there. And we turn. Oh. Put that piece in there, I just missed my turn here. Now, it kind of sucks when I don't get my nice slices. Make sure not to leave any chunks in here. The other one just go there. Because you always want to, even if they break off, make sure to get them sliced down. Alright, a little slice there, a little notch there, again here. And let's slice this guy up. Just nice. All right. Now I'm going to turn him down right to low. A little notch there and there. A little notch there and there. Notch here. There we go. We're almost there. All right. Now I'm not gonna, like my strawberry pie, some people like pieces. Whoa, some people like pieces. Get a little piece of the peel there. saying? Like my strawberry pie, I mash up before I actually put the strawberries in, but that's just because of the way they settle and everything. Apple pies, the apple itself, you're gonna cook it so it's tender in the oven, but the overallness is still gonna, it's not gonna, you know, break down or turn to like any form of puree while it cooks. So unless you were to really overcook them, but then by then you'd burn your unless you were to cook them before you put them into the tart or your pastry, I should say. A little bit there. So like I say, you could make 2 large heaping pies, or you can make your pies a little bit smaller. An apple pie takes about 30 to 40 minutes, I guess, when you're going to cook them, depending on your thickness. Make sure you get a good cook on them. All right. And our last one. Here. There. Oh, this one really wants to stay. Alrighty. So you can see clearly here what the apples have given us. I'm just going to throw these to the side here. Alright. Okay, so now if I was to show you here, if I can, you can kind of see how the color, actually, let me just do it this way if I can. You can clearly see here. I'm going to show you the color. I'm just going to pour some of the juice out here. Alright, so clearly you can see the color of that juice is very dark red. It's not brown or anything, it's a nice red. I'm actually going to pour just a little bit more water in here. Just a bit, not even a quarter cup. Okay, now these apples here, I'm just going to move them aside for now. They can just sit here. They're going to darken up now. Try to let them like put a hole down to the middle and expose the tops and the edges as many as you can, because the more they start turning brown, like we start to go nice colors like that from, you know, when they start turning, that's how you're going to get sweetness. Now you get a potato masher. Get yourself a potato masher and put that in here and just squeeze down. What that's going to do is take out any pulp from the skin that's left. Essentially, you know, any potato that you, I'm going to just like that. All right. Okay. Now, what you're going to want to do here is, just coming off this edge. Ba-bum. Okay, we're going to want to grab, because we're making 2 pies, 2 cups of flour. Again, I use my flour frozen to keep help everything. I've taken out my butter earlier. It's not salted. I'll have to salt it. When you're dealing with flour, it's 1 cup per pie. the average pie size, I should say. Now me, I always make a little bit bigger cups. I don't have to measure perfectly because I always make a little extras. And that's 2. That's going to make my 2 pies. But I'm making one. I'm making something else tonight also, like I usually do. So I'm going to double my recipe overall. So anyways, oh, I can see that my flour by the stove needs to be replenished. Grab that. Alright, flour by the stove. Alrighty, flour's in. Now you want at least 1/8 of a cup. At least 1/8 of a cup of butter, margarine, lard, shortening, grease, anything you want. You want 1/8 of a cup to 1/4 cup per pie, depending on how unhealthy I guess to say you want it. Anyways, that right there is about well, they put the markings there, but that's about 1/8 of a cup. That's about 1/4 cup right about there. It's about 1/2 cup right about there, and boom, boom, boom. That's about a cup of butter right about here. See, so 1 cup they're saying is that big. See, I just said so that's a cup is about there. So I want 1/8 of a cup per, and I got 4 in here. So I'm at least gonna want 1/2 cup, and I can go up to a cup. So I'm gonna put about in between the two. Anyways, there we go. Put that back now. I don't need that now. We're just gonna put a pinch of salt in here. All right, and usually I chop it up, but my butter's pretty soft today. This will work a little quicker than usual. Okay. Okay, get your hands in here. Okay. Now what I'm doing now, if you've seen my other videos, you can see it real nice here. What I do is I grab the butter and I squeeze it with my fingers to make it really, really thin, and I twist at the same time so it makes it kind of grainy at the same time. But so you're just getting like little tiny flakes of butter. So it just breaks. They just break up, and what's going to happen is you're going to get a very well evenly distributed flour ratio everywhere to the butter. Nice crumbly like. You just don't want nothing too big in here. Kids love doing this, so it's easy to make a mess too. All right, makes it fast today. Soften the butter up, helps a lot. But the flour is frozen, so it it's firmed it already back up, except for the big chunks that are still there. They're still quite easy. All right. Alrighty, pretty much done. This is another thing is you won't get globs in here as easily. It's going to be really thin, so when you go to roll it, it's already in like a little thin. Going to help to really give some good air and a good crust to your pastry. All right, there it is. Now, because I know that there is 4 cups of flour in here, I'm actually going to take and I need 1/4 cup per cup at least. All right, I'm gonna rinse out this cup, and I know I need at least a cup A little more won't hurt. All right. Again, it depends how much butter you put, and if your flour is cold or your margarine or butter is. All right. You don't want to squish everything together. I know a lot of people are tempted because it's so much easier to squish stuff and basically knee it like you are bread, but you don't actually want to knee a dough, or you're going to make it very tough. What you actually just want to make sure is that it just sort of just comes together. So what I do is I like to tuck it on it underneath itself. All right, a little more water here. Should hopefully be close. And tucking it under itself, it kind of works like a donut, I guess. But what happens is it won't make as much of a mess. Now you can see here how the stick has started. It's cleaning off my fingers very nice, usually meaning that the dough itself is starting to catch enough moisture. All right. Oh, it just looks like a drop more water here. And it looks like I need just a dash in here. A little more there. Alright. Try to just make it turn in on itself so the wetness isn't actually touching me as much as it is everything else. But that's pretty much it. Alright. So now sometimes it helps like have your flour around, and then we can just go like this. What you need just to get the outside a little perfect. There we go. All right. Now you can just grab the edge of the bowl with your fingers. Clean it very good. Make sure to get all that dough back in on itself. Now I'm actually gonna just try to get the dough to stick on itself completely. Not leave any edges on. There we go. Now you can see it's just essentially a ball. I'm not squishing it together. What I'm kind of just doing is making sure that these kind of spots that are open aren't opened anymore, and that everything is somewhat mixed well. So, alright. Now the reason you want to make sure everything on the outside is very, very good, because now you can bring flour in and just make everything sort of non-stick. See, so now it's like a big non-stick ball in here. But it's very oozy, if you will. Alright, so now I'm just going to put him up here, and I'm going to take my dough. I'm just going to move him aside here. Alright, so my dough here, I know that there are 4 pies here, so I can easily divide 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so now I got 4 pies there. I'm just gonna flour to get these guys done. Both sides. Alright. There, and the last one. Alrighty. Okay, so now we got our pie. I'm just going to drop a dash more water in here. Okay. Now, squeeze these guys real good. What I'm going to do here now is a small container like this. I'm going to try to get everything down onto one side, squish it very well. And hold her back here. And if you squish into it, you'll get a lot of the juice. Alright, I'm going to turn off this actually. Throw a little more water in here, just a bit, not very much. And now I'm going to squish it around with the water in there. Alright, didn't mean to turn that off, sorry, I meant to turn it up. A little ahead of myself. Okay. Alright, so now, again, you can see the color of that juice coming out. There we go. Alright. So, cat playing with a little twig on the ground. Okay, now just a dash more water again, one more look, just a smidgen again. Alright. The reason we're doing this is just to ensure we get all this pulp and flavor out of here. Trust me, there's a lot there. Plus a lot of the vitamins. Alright, now you just take that, throw it in your, wherever you're going to feed the chickens or the compost, whichever way you choose. Alright, so now we're going to put you back on here. We're going to take this, I guess let me just measure it and I can show you roughly how much juice we got here. Alright, so from that we got that, which is, well, yeah, just over half a cup, but essentially half a cup here. Okay, and we're going to want about a quarter cup broken down, so we're going to actually cook it even more. Alright, so we're just going to get that going. Now per pie, sweetness wise, depending on what you want, I like roughly 2 tablespoons in a pie of sugar and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon at least. So grab yourself a teaspoon and a tablespoon, grab yourselves cinnamon and sugar. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is cinnamon. I actually want 2 teaspoons of it. 1, 2, and because it's very good for you, I'm going to put another half, just because I can. And sugar. Sugar you want, let's say 1, 2, oh, do I have to go get more? 3, oh, 4, we just got 4 in there. Perfect. Couldn't ask for better. Alright, a little shake here. Now, what I want to do is just get this all stirred in. You can stir it too, but in fact I'm going to with this. because I don't need it. Oh yeah, I will. I'm going to do my little cuts. So let me get my spoon here. Okay, I got my big spoon. Just gonna bring it down like this. There we go. So now we're gonna let that cook up. Okay, I'm gonna drop that down to a medium again. You can see the potatoes. Said potato because in French, an apple is called a potato of the earth, or apple of the earth, sorry. That's what they're called in pomme de terre, and then pomme is an apple, and pomme de terre is a potato. So, in my mind, I was just translating. Anyways, these have gotten really nice and brown. You can see the bubbling here has all started, so clearly it's starting to form, it's thick enough and starting like a little form of crystallization in here. You can clearly see it. In fact, I'm going to turn you right down to the lowest setting I got. Now, with your pies, I'll probably be making thin ones, but not as thick. But and I'll probably be making a total of 3. But I like my crusts thin. But like I say, you could just make 2 also. So, anyways, one dough, 1 cup makes the top and bottom to a regular pie like that. So, just gotta go like this, and then like this. Put a little more flour on here. Okay. Now, this will maybe try to remember to make a different top tonight. So many different styles of tops you can make the pies. Middle's a little thin there. Alright, now this, flip. Alright, now that is easily. If you feel like you're getting thin in the middle, like you might not realize that I do because I know how my roller so you see it get thick again in the middle, and then all you got to do is make sure pack it back on itself, and you can usually thicken up the middle of a pie if you've messed up a little, or if you can feel like it just somehow got a little thinner because it's a little more moist in some places than another. So anyways, put up your pies like that. Okay, I can see this is you can see how thick that is, right? So clearly you can see how thick it is. So I'm going to actually stop it now. And if you actually saw this, it's like there's bubbles in here because of the cinnamon, the way it works. It's like there's bubbles in here that are expanding because you can see how sticky it is. Alright, so that is done. Anyways, we're going to put in our first bottom of our pie here like that. Alright, now I'm actually going to leave all my dough on it off of the edge like that for now. I'm going to just set that one aside. I'm going to pull out. Oh, I'm a goofball. I just realized my mistake. Wow. And I hope you guys caught the same mistake. Now, in order to save this and not, I'm going to go like this. All right. That's why it seems so big for me. It's always good to catch a mistake. Okay, now, I thought something fell off. Now, there we go. Now what I'm doing is I'm pulling it towards the one side to circularize, I guess. Get it back into a circle. There. Now we got a nice thin crust. Okay. Oh, there goes the spoon. Good thing I'm done with it. Okay. All right. There you go. All right. Now, if you need, just droop it in here where you need. Let everything else, if you need to attach it, you just push a little on the edge and it'll hook it right away for you. That's it. Okay, let me just take my big spoon off the ground here. Grab another spoon. I won't hook it up this time the way I did last one. Alright, so let's get some flour here. And I'm going to reshape him real fast. Get him in here too. What you don't want to do is stick the dough on itself. It has to be stretched into position essentially. Or you get a tough dough. And you don't want that. So, there, you can see I've almost went back to my circularized shape. Just a little flour on this. Get it not stick. Oh, tore it a little. That's where that fold happened. I just pointed out what you don't want to do, or it'll do that. Okay. All right. And get that back together. Get that back. Right. Now we'll just put it there, here. Right. This dough feels a little extra moist, so I'm just going to flour the bottom just to ensure that there will be no stick. On this one, it just felt a little extra moist. Might have been the perfect center of the dough. Right, and there we go. A few spots there. Okay, and last but not least, pull out one more. Now this time I'm going to remember to cut the dough in half right away, because there's a top and a bottom to every pie. Alright, so now I'm just going to recircularize you. There we go. Now that's how you get a dough to do a good shape right away. Boom. Go. Alright. Just making sure I get a lot of non-stick happening here. Needs to be a little bigger. So used to making smaller pies. Right. And there we go. So, there's our pie. No extra lumps. Okay, now we got our three bottoms made. What we are going to do is fill them, I guess, right now. But before I do that, I'm going to get the tops ready for them. I know this is a half, but I'm going to put him back, and I'm going to use a whole one here. Make sure there's no chunks of butter here to hook me up. Now I'm going to kind of try to make this into a longer oval, if you will, to a degree. Now, one thing I'm not looking for is to go wider than a pie. Longer doesn't make a difference, but I don't want to go too wide here. No point on it. Alright. Now we'll sprinkle it again. Okay, that's enough. There. See it wanting to shrink back on itself. Okay, so now what we're going to do here is just cut yourself off your first little strip like that and leave them off. Now you want about a 1 inch wide or less, but I personally like about these. Alright, a little smaller if you want. We'll do a few smalls here. We'll do one big, one small. Alright, so got all these little strips made. What I'm going to do is come over here to the... Or actually, I'm going to come over here. I should. I guess it would be better for me to come to this side. Alright, now we'll move over to here real quick so you can see my 3 pies. First thing we're going to do is evenly distribute my apples. Like I say, you could have made just 2 pies here. It would have been perfectly fine for 2 pies. But I like my pies thin, so just doing them this way for myself. You could have easily just thickened them up. Giving an extra 10 minutes in the oven won't make really a big difference. What you're trying to do here is just to ensure that you get the apple everywhere. Alright. Here and there. Already smells like an apple pie in the house just because of everything that's already been cooked. Alright, so here we are. Now what we're gonna do is grab our sauce that is very thick. I wonder if I can show you how it, see how it just sort of cleans off itself there? But it's because it's really turned to a sugar. Okay, so you can see it, how thick it is, see? Alright, so we're going to pour just a bit here, all the way around, that's it. More than we need already. A little bit around here. sit. And a little more on him. All right. Lift him up. Him. A little more here. And a little more here. Now don't worry about the, it's in the middle. Don't worry about that at all. It will, in the very bottom of everything, even itself out. I'm gonna pour a little water in here because this is gonna need to clean out. Okay. Now what we're going to do is take one pie over, 2 pies over, and our 3rd pie over. Flip back over to here. All right, now. There's different ways, I guess, you can layer a pie. You can go like this. I guess I'll show you. Try to pull them over to the side here. Okay, so I'm gonna go 1. And go like that. Like that. This, like that. Switch them over to like this. In fact, I'm gonna like that. Pull him off here. That. Put him over here. This. That. And like this. Now, that's one way to do it. I'm going to just suggest this is the laziest way to do it. Now I'm just going to go around. Now, when I do this, I really want to ensure that I'm pushing downwards to ensure that all the crusts are sticking together here. Okay, now should do right away is let's turn on the oven to 350. Alright, so there's sort of our easy one. Now, just go around like this with your finger and ensure that all the doughs are just all hooked together. Now here, we're going to take these back into here. Alright. I'm just going to take these right now and not stretch them, but get them unhooked from the table. They sit here a little too long and they got all sticky. There we go. All right. Now we can even cut, say, half. Alright, do a different one here. Alright, so I'm just going to push them to the side. Push them here to the side. It's the ones I hate the most are right here. Alright. These are the worst pies to make top-wise. I'm making them for you guys, but I think they are so stupid to make. as you can clearly see, they take more time to make a stupid. Now you can try to crisscross them to make them even more fancy. That's even more waste of a time and stupider. It ain't gonna change the flavor to your pie. All it does is add more time if you feel like doing a stupid crisscross and overlapping each other perfectly. Ah, you stupid. Say okay. And just stick you there to there. And put one there. One here. Slice them in half. One there. There we go. Okay, let's chop all the stupid little extras around. Right. Now, to show how easy it is when you just make a simple regular dough and no stupid fancy tops, and you can still make it look nice. Here we go. Ready? Right. Alright, now, just a little tiny notch there. I like to keep that one. Now I'll put a little slice there and a little slice here. Show it the other way. There. That's another reason I put the daub in the middle, is because that's where the biggest opening will be too. Alright, so this way. Stupid pie top. Ready. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, get some openings all over. Alright. Just push down the edges. Right. There it is. So much quicker to do a pie just like that. Alright. Now we're going to put these in the oven. 30 minutes, and then we're going to give them a turn. These might need to come out at 30 minutes. This one will probably stay in just maybe a couple minutes longer, just because it's going to be more moist in this one. So anyways, let's just put our timer on right now, 30 minutes. Start timer. I'm going to turn on the light. I'm putting this one in the back. And I'll put these two in the front. Alright. Now, I'll come back when we're beeping over here, I guess. I'm going to just set up here. Yeah, when this is beeping, I'll come back. And we'll see where we're at there. All right, beep, beep, beep. Let's get our gloves out here. Okey-doke. Been 30 minutes in the oven, and I'm not even going to turn these. They are done. Usually I would shut off my oven. I tell you to go shut off your oven right now. Alright, now, if you were to just turn these a bit like this, you wouldn't see very much, but you can see a little bit of juice down in the bottom. It's very important that you know that there'd be a little bit of juice down there. You can see it clearly when I'm turning them myself. Now this one here has probably the most, and I can even see it through the holes. Alright, now I would say turn off your oven, but at the beginning of the video I showed you I was making something else. Anyways, I'll be popping that into the oven. Anyways, here I'm going to take these and put them on my ceramic counter because the oven's going to be on for a while, still warm. And I'll come back and eat one. I guess I should show one right here. You know what? There we go. So anyways, there's a apple pie right there. Boom, boom, with your little crisscross. Anyways, I'll come back like I say in a little bit and I'll have a piece of that. Anyways, see you in a bit. Alright, so the pie's cooled off very, very, very well. Right down. I'm gonna get myself a knife and a fork and a plate. Alright, so this is where I would say, like, I don't know how you're gonna cut up a pie. I just cut mine always into 4 generally. But here you want to go kind of across the... Now there is a juice in here. Well, I shouldn't say a juice. There's a, would be called the sauce, I guess, at this point. It's going to be a little bit thicker, but it will run. Generally, I keep my pies in the freezer. I usually just take a piece out when I need it. So the juices generally don't just run out in the very bottom here, because I would just cut the pie up like this. And because I don't like warm pies. Like I say, this pie's been sitting on the counter for, well, at least an hour and a half. So it's room temperature, it's not warm even. I don't like hot pies or warm pies, really. So, anyways, we're gonna see how much juice or sauce, I should say. Oh, hang on. Alright, so, there. So we can see, I guess it's not bad. It's not like a running sauce or anything like that there. You know, like that's thick. Anyways, you can see, see the pie. You can hear the sound from underneath, what it sounds like. Nice little crisp. It should be a soft pastry underneath though. It's cooked, but it should be soft because of that, of the sauce essentially. You know, you're not going to get a, like here, where it's a little crispy edge. Underneath the bottom here should be a little softer. No. Here we go. Oh. No, I usually just eat pies like this. But that's how you eat a pie. Big bites right off the side. Anyways, hope you think this is a good pie. Eat this whole thing in no time. Okay, signing off. I gotta get a glass of milk with this, but alright. Hope you like my simple apple pie. It wasn't hard or anything.